a dead bug with a band pull. Think of your body in terms of this half needs to do one job and this half needs to do another job. People often think that the more challenging option, the better. But more challenge doesn't mean better. You don't have the foundational aspects down pat. This half of the body, most importantly, what you do with your pelvis. So I'm going to get Sarah to go into anterior tilt to the pelvis and now posterior tilt where she tilts, yes, anterior tilt to the pelvis and now posterior tilt. When you create that posterior tilt, we want to keep the knees in line with the hips, not closer in. That's the lower half to be aware of. The upper body, what we need to do, so the pelvis has to curl that way and the rib cage has to funnel down towards the hips. That's what's called the rib to hip connection. So she goes into anterior tilt, then posterior tilt, and then crunches forward. Yes, and see how her rib cage funnels down towards her hips. So we're not adding movement yet. And I bet, how are your abs?
Killing.
Her abs are killing, and we haven't even added movement yet. Knew what her answer was going to be. It's important you're aware of this. Start making bigger movement because you just can't feel the stimulation through your abdominals. But it's not bigger movement of the arms and legs that gives you more stimulation. It's ownership of what you're doing in your torso. Level 2, we're going to add the band. Wrap the band around your hands and that keeps it secure. Pull the band into the rib cage. Take feet up, toes to the shins. The legs are going to stay here. So it goes into posterior tilt and now lock it down. Yes, good. And rib cage down more and crunch forward even more. Yes. Pelvis first. See how her legs are creeping in? We've got to keep them back and tilt the pelvis. Good. Really tilt the pelvis. Abs on fire?
Absolutely.
Abs are on fire. Now we're going to add the leg. Your legs are a load. They're like a weight. If you just go straight there because you think, oh, I want more abs, so I'm going to go harder option, boom, anterior tilt to the pelvis. You lose your lower back into the floor. If you lose position with your pelvis, there goes the work through the abdominals. And the whole point of the move is to work your abdominal wall. That's why you want to go leg up, not out. When your leg goes straight up, you've got space to be able to get that posterior pelvic tilt. So we're going to add the whole thing now. Wash the back and then out breath, and one leg goes up and go up even more. And now pull the band. Good, and then relax. So pelvis, then the leg goes straight up. Good, and really squash your back. Tilt the pelvis and go straight up. Yes, good, good. And shoulders down. Better, much better. Abs on fire.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. The foundational part of this move, what it is that you do with your pelvis. Can't feel your abdominal wall, your pelvis is moving. And it doesn't need to move much. It might be the difference between that's abdominals, that's not abdominals. See how that's not a lot of movement, but in terms of the stimulation, yeah, it's huge, it's huge. Don't be passive when you do this exercise. Don't be passive when you do any exercise. Don't just do the move. Think about what you want to own. Think about what you want to get out of it. That's how you intentionally get better over time.